I'm Sandy Steinman, president of Background Checks Express, your one-stop source for accurate, accessible, and affordable background checking. Negligent hiring lawsuits are an employer's worst nightmare and an attorney's best friend. We've previously discussed the fact that employers lose negligent hiring lawsuits 79% of the time at an average cost of well over $1 million. And that's not a terribly surprising statistic, given that most litigation attorneys take these cases on a contingency basis in which they receive compensation only if they win. As a result, attorneys tend to take only the best cases, but trust me, there's a lot of potential cases out there. I thought it might be a good idea to take a look at just how negligent hiring lawsuits start. Let's assume that you have an employee who, while driving to a meeting to represent you, gets into an accident, or while on the job accidentally injures someone while attempting to perform his or her job functions. In these cases, most employers would agree that an employer could and should be held liable. There's actually a legal theory called respondent superior, which means that the master must respond when their employee does something wrong that injures another person. But what happens if an employee decides to attack someone while on the job? Or what happens if an employer encounters a customer while on the job and goes to their house and sexually assaults them? In those cases, an employer might well say, wait, I've looked through the job descriptions and there's nothing in those descriptions about attacks or sexual assaults either on or off the job. My employee was simply not doing those things in the performance of his duty. And that sounds logical, and therein lies the problem. But the problem is, such a limitation would result in innocent victims not being allowed to have their day in court and negligent employers not being held accountable. As a result, people do have the ability to bring a lawsuit for negligent hiring when they've been injured by the negligent actions of an employer and the negligence had foreseeable consequences and caused the injury. The right to bring a lawsuit for negligent hiring is established through case law and is legally recognized in all 50 states. In upcoming posts, we'll begin to examine how employers can keep from becoming a defendant in those negligent hiring lawsuits. If you're an employer, I hope you'll follow this series of videos, because what you learn here can well keep you out of court or help you to avoid hiring the wrong employee, and that's our mission. If you want to learn more about background checking or want to find out how we can help you from becoming a defendant, just feel free to call me at 844-SCREEN-NOW. That's 844-727-3366, or email me at sandy@backgroundchecksexpress.com. In the meanwhile, please be safe, hire safe, and I'll see you in the next video.